गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथासम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीतासु गीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता। भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतम्। गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव। एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुस्तुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अद्य कारकम् सो समासपुस्तकम् अभवत् खलु सो अद्य गीताप्रवेशपुस्तके कारकम् इति पाठं 168 पेज् नम्बर् अस्तु हर्षा भगिनी पठितुम् इच्छति वा
भगिनी 168
168 page number lesson 80
yes I got it
you can read 2 paragraphs
अस्तु भगिनी कारकं शिवरामः कश्चन छात्रः परीक्षायां राज्ये प्रथम स्थानं प्राप्तवन्तं तम् अभिनन्दन्ति कश्चन पत्रकारः तयोः साक्षात्कारः अत्र अस्ति एतत् सम्भाषणं सावधानं पठत पत्रकारः भो शिवराम अभिनन्दनं भवान् लघुतमे ग्रामे दुर्गापुरे पठन् दशभ्या कक्षायाः परीक्षायां समग्रस्य राज्यस्य छात्रेषु सर्वप्रथम स्थानं प्राप्तवान् किं भवता तत् प्रतिवीक्षितम् आसीत् शिवराम नैव यतः कर्मणि एव अस्माकम् अधिकारः जीवने फलस्य अपेक्षां विना कार्यं करणीयम् इति अस्माकम् अध्यापकाः सर्वदा बोधयन्ति कर्मणेवाधिकारस्ते इति अस्माकं विद्यालयस्य ध्येयवाक्यम् अपि अस्माकं तत् स्मारयति
अस्मान् तत्
स्मारयति अग्रे पठामि वा पत्रकारः साधु साधु भवतः यश श्लाघनीयं भवता एतत् कथं सम्पादितं शिवरामः मम यशसि मदपेक्षाया अन्ये एव अधिकं कारणीभूताः इति अहं भावयामि पत्रकारः भवान् परिश्रमेण पठितवान् परीक्षायां सम्यक् लिखितवान् एवं सति यशसि तु भवान् एक एव कारणं खलु शिवरामः न महोदय एतादृशस्य प्राप्तौ त्रयः अंशाः कारणीभूता इति अस्माकम् अध्यापकाः बोधयन्ति पत्रकारः
एकं निमिषम् अत्र स्थापयामः सो प्रथमं किमस्ति सम्भाषणे शिवरामः कश्चन छात्रः परीक्षायां राज्ये प्रथमं स्थानं प्राप्तवन्तं तम् अभिनन्दति कश्चन पत्रकारः तयोः सम्भाषणम् अत्र अस्ति भोः शिवराम अभिनन्दनं लघुतमे ग्रामे दुर्गापुरे पठन् दशम्याः कक्ष्यायाः परीक्षायां समग्रस्य राज्यस्य छात्रेषु सर्वप्रथमस्थानं प्राप्तवान्। किं भवता तत् प्रतीक्षितमासीत्? So did you expect that? नैव, यतः कर्मणि एव अस्माकम् अधिकारः. So coming from a very small village, he got first place in the 10th class exam. So कर्मणि एव अस्माकम् अधिकारः. जीवने फलस्य अपेक्षां विना कार्यं करणीयम् इति अस्माकम् अध्यापकाः सर्वदा बोधयन्ति. So my teachers always taught me to only we have to do our work without expecting the result. कर्मण्येव अधिकारस्ते इति अस्माकं विद्यालयस्य ध्येयवाक्यम् अपि अस्मान् तत् स्मारयति. So dhyaya vakyam, it is like you remember in the back days in our schools we used to write we used to have one what do you call that, logo, not logo, motto. So there used to be a phrase for every school, and sometimes we also write every day on the board, right? So here for their school this is the motto that they had. साधु साधु भवतः यशः श्लाघनीयम्, भवता एतत् कथं सम्पादितम्? So how you have become very famous, and it is very श्लाघनीयम् is should be praised. How did you earn it? मम यशसि मदपेक्षया अन्ये एव अधिकं कारणीभूताः इति अहं भावयामि. So more than myself, I think everybody else was the reason they expected, or they are how do you say, they are giving me more than what I was expecting. Bhavan parishramena patitavan parikshayam samyak likitavan evam sati yashasi tu bhavan eka eva karanam khalu. So you are the one who studied and you are the one who has written the exam. So you are the only reason for your yashasi, for your kirti, or for you to become successful. Na mahodaya etadrisha यश प्राप्तौ त्रयः अंशाः कारणीभूताः इति अस्माकम् अध्यापकाः बोधयन्ति. So no, it is not only me who is the reason for my success. There are 3 reasons. Okay, so what are those 3? We shall see. Manjula Bhagini patitum ichchati va? Manjula Bhagini?
धन्यवाद भगिनी.
धन्यवादः.
నమస్తే భగిని.
చదువుతారా?
వినిపిస్తోందా భగిని?
వినిపిస్తోంది. చదువుతారా?
ఓకే, చదువుతానండి. పత్రకారः కేతే त्रयः अंशाः शिवरामः ते सन्ति परीक्षासज्जता परीक्षालेखनम् उत्तरपत्रमूल्यांकना प्रक्रिया च. एतेषु उत्तरपत्रमूल्यांकन प्रक्रिया तु अस्मादधीना न भवति. पत्रकारः अस्मदधीना न भवति. पत्रकारः सर्वैः ज्ञातः विषयः एषः. अस्तु, परीक्षासज्जता तु भवता एव कृता खलु शिवरामः. यद्यपि तथा दृश्यते तथापि तत्रापि बहूनां साहाय्यम् आसीत्. शिक्षकाः आवर्षं रीत्या बोधतवन्तः. पठितुं प्रेरितवन्तः मार्गदर्शनं च कृतवन्तः मम सहाध्यायिनः अपि मया सह पठितवन्तः चर्चां कृतवन्तः यथोचितं च क्रीडितवन्तः मम मद्गृहीयाः अपि पठनानुकूलं सन्तोषकरं च वातावरणं कल्पितवन्तः परीक्षायाः पूर्वं मासद्वयं दूरदर्शनं केनपि न प्रवर्तितमेव अहं तु कञ्चित् परिश्रमं कृतवान् इति तु सत्यं पत्रकारः प्रशंसनीयाः भवतः शिक्षकाः सहपाठिनः गृहीयाश्च साधु द्वितीयः अंशः अस्ति परीक्षालेखनं तु पूर्वतया भवता एव कृतं खलु शिवरामः न श्रीमान् परीक्षालेखने अपि बहूनां साहाय्यम् आसीत् पत्रकारः एवं शिवरामः आम् परीक्षादिने विद्यालये कर्मकराणां परीक्षा निर्वाहकाणां चापि साहाय्यं प्राप्तम् कर्मकरैः परीक्षा प्रकोष्ठानां स्वच्छता कृता आसनव्यवस्था च कल्पिता परीक्षा निर्वाहकैः प्रश्नपत्रिकाः उत्तरपत्रिकाश्च समये वितीर्णाः परीक्षासमये एकैकः क्षणः अपि महत्वपूर्णः आसीत् समये उत्तराणि स्फुरितानि अहम् उत्तरपत्रिकां सम्यक् लिखितवान् इत्येषः भगवतः अनुग्रहः एव
एकं निमिषं भगिनि
ओके थैंक यू भगिनी
धन्यवादः सो त्रयः अंशाः के एकं परीक्षासज्जता परीक्षालेखनम् उत्तरपत्रमूल्यांकनप्रक्रिया so sajjata means to get ready so getting ready for the exam pariksha lekhanam actually writing the exam uttarapatra mulyankana prakriya grading of the paper so here uttarapatra mulyankana prakriya tu asmadadhina na bhavati so here the first two are in our hands but the third one is not in our hands right Sarvaihi jnataha vishayaha eshaha. So everybody knows that mulyankana prakriya is not in our hands. Pariksha sajjata tu bhavata eva krita khalu. But getting ready for the exam, it is in your hands only. Yadyapi tatha drishyate tathapi tatrapi bahunam sahayam asit. It appears like that, but there also we depend on so many people. Shikshakaha avarsham pritya bodhitavantaha. Avarsham. So all year, okay, the whole year. They teach us pathitum preritavantaha. They encourage us to read. Margadarshanam cha kritavantaha. How to prepare, how to study, how to remember. Such advice also they give. Mama sahadhyayinaha api maya saha patitavantaha. Charcham kritavantaha. Yathochitam cha kriditavantaha. So my co-students also help, like they do combined studies and the discussions and all that. All that also helps us to learn. easily rather than sitting and studying monotonously by ourselves. Mama मद्गृहीयाः अपि पठनानुकूलं सन्तोषकरं च वातावरणं कल्पितवन्तः. So even in my home, all the people who are living in my home, to make it comfortable, they create a very good environment in the house. Parikshayaah purvam masadvayam दूरदर्शनं केनापि न pravartitam. So they don't watch the TV because it will be a distraction for me for 2 months before the exams. Aham tu kanchit parishramam kritavan iti tu satyam. And then after receiving all such help from everybody, a little bit of hard work from my side is also there. प्रशंसनीयाः भवतः शिक्षकाः सहपाठिनः गृहीयाश्च साधु. द्वितीयः अंशः अस्ति परीक्षालेखनं. परीक्षालेखनं तु पूर्णतया भवता एव कृतं खलु? Okay, so now I understand getting ready for the exam, there is so much of help. But writing the exam, it is totally yours. No. There also we have help from others. Really? परीक्षा दिने विद्यालये कर्मकराणां परीक्षा निर्वाहकाणां चापि साहाय्यं प्राप्तम्. So karmakara, so they come and clean the rooms, they get the rooms ready, they arrange the chairs as per the hall ticket number and everything. And the nirvahakaha, the invigilators, we can say. So they give out the question papers on time, additional answer sheets, and whatever is needed, they help. कर्मकरैः परीक्षा प्रकोष्ठानां स्वच्छता कृता, आसनव्यवस्था च कल्पिता. परीक्षा निर्वाहकैः प्रश्नपत्रिकाः उत्तरपत्रिकाश्च समये वितीर्णाः डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. परीक्षा समये एकैकः क्षणः अपि महत्वपूर्णः आसीत्. So every second is very important during the exam. समये उत्तराणि स्फुरितानि, अहम् उत्तरपत्रिकां सम्यक् लिखितवान् इत्येषः भगवतः अनुग्रहः एव. And then no matter how much you study and how much you prepare, during the exam we should be able to recollect what we have studied or apply our thinking or the logic to that question given, being able to understand what the question is asking and producing the same, and being able to express ourselves within that short time is also important, and we need blessings for that, God's blessings. Anantaram, Alivelu Bagini? Alivelu Bagini? Chari Mahodaya?
आं महोदय, नमस्कारः.
नमस्कारः.
भवान् परीक्षायां यशस्वी अस्ति एव. एतादृशेन चिन्तनेन जीवनेऽपि यशस्वी भविष्यति. पुनश्च अभिनन्दनम्.
महाप्राणभ.
अभिनन्दनम्. शिवरामः, धन्यवादः. पत्रकारः प्रधानाचार्यम् उद्दिश्य. मान्यवर, भवान् धन्यः यतः भवदीयाः अध्यापकाः छात्रान् सम्यक् बोधयन्ति. पठने चिन्तने च तान् प्रेरयन्ति. भवान् शुभावसरे अस्मिन् ज्ञानामृतपूर्णैः वचनैः अनुगृह्णातु कृपया. प्रधानाचार्य, किमन्यत् वदामि? अस्माकं विद्यालयस्य ध्येयवाक्यं यत्र अस्ति तं गीताश्लोकमेव उदाहरामि. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, मा कर्म फलहेतुर्भू, मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि.
So अत्र किम् उक्तवान् सः? भवान् परीक्षायां यशस्वी अस्ति एव. etadrishena chintanena jeevanena api yashasvi bhavishyati. Punascha abhinandanam. So you have been successful in the exam, and with this kind of thinking, you will also be successful in the life. So congratulations. Dhanyavada. Pradhanacharyam uddeshya. So now the Patrakaraha is speaking to the principal. Manyavara bhavan dhanyaha yataha bhavadiyaha adhyapakaha chatran samyak bodhayanti patane chintane cha tan prerayanti. Bhavan shubhavasaresmin jnanamritapurnaihi vachanaihi anugrhnatu kripaya. So you are very blessed again. Why? Because your teachers also have taught your students very well, and in the way they think also. It is not only matter of memorizing the subject and reproducing it. Even the thinking process also, they have done very well with your students. So in this context, can you say a few words? किमन्यत् वदानि अस्माकं विद्यालयस्य ध्येयवाक्यं यत्र अस्ति तं गीताश्लोकमेव उदाहरामि. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. So here basically what does this shloka say? Karmanyeva adhikaraha te. Ma phaleshu kadachana. At any point of time, we don't have, we should not have an expectation over the result. Only performing our duty is only what we have to do. Adhikaraha atraiva asti. Phaleshu nasti. And we should never think that the result, if say for example, if we have been successful in something, we should not think that it is, we are the reason for that result, whether it is good or bad. Okay. And that will cause attachment. That will cause attachment. If we think that because we did this, that happened, then that is causing a kind of attachment. So it will become difficult for us to do things without attachment. And that is what our ultimate goal should be, to do everything without attachment. And how is that possible? By not attaching ourselves to the result or not having any expectation of the result. So only with that we have to do. That is this shloka. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. So sangostva means in the karma that we do, we should not be attached, and we should not think that we are the reason of the result, whether it is good or bad. For bad results, it will be easy for us to detach ourselves, right? We blame the God, we blame something else. But for positive things, we tend to take the credit. That we should practice not to do. Okay, astu. Anantaram, Chari Mahodaya, tadapi patatu. Etani vakyani.
Mahodaya. Etani vakyani savadhanam patata. Tatratyani vibhakti rupani cha parishilayata. Shivaramaha sarva prathamasthanam praptavan. Shivaramaha parikshayam samyak likitavan. Shikshakaha avarsham pritya bodhitavantaha. Parikshayaha purvam masadvayam duradarshanam kenapi na pravartitameva. Sahadhyayinaha maya saha patitavantaha. Shivaramasya patane icha asit. Bhavan parisramena patitavan. Sarvaihi ज्ञातः विषयः एषः. एतादृशेन चिन्तनेन शिवरामः जीवने यशस्वी भविष्यति. कर्मणि एव अस्माकम् अधिकारः. एतेषु वाक्येषु स्थूलाक्षरैः मुद्रितेषु शब्देषु अन्या विभक्तिः प्रयुक्ता अस्ति.
धन्यवादः महोदय. So here we have some sentences and we have some words in the sentences which are in bold letters. So Shivaramaha sarva prathamasthanam praptavan. So before we move on with this, let us discuss briefly what we have discussed earlier. Okay, we have discussed a little about Karaka Sambandhani, right? So what are the Karaka relations? So we have 6 Karaka relations in Samskrita Vyakaranam, and Karaketara Sambandhaha api santi. Kintu atra Karaka Sambandhani patamaha. So Kartrukarakam. Kartrukarakam is the karta of the kriya. So in any sentence, kriya is very important. The verb should be there. So once the verb is there, the verb is nothing but action. Who is performing this action? There has to be somebody who is performing the action. Simply the action cannot be there by itself. So we have karta. So the karta is related to the action, right? Because he is the doer. So that is kartrukarakam, the word which indicates the karta of that kriya. The relation that that word has with the kriya, we can say it as kartrukarakam. Similarly, when an action is being done, it usually will be done on an object. If it is a sakarmaka kriyapadam. Sometimes there will be an action where it is not done on a particular object or a person. So then that will be a akarmaka kriya. That is a different thing. But normally, if it is a sakarmaka kriya, the action will be done on something. So if we say Ramaha khadati, Ramaha phalam khadati, the action of eating is happening on the phalam. So the phalam will become the karma, and the relation that it has with the kriyapadam will be karmakarakam. So Ramaha phalam khadati. Kena khadati? Chamasena khadati. Means with a spoon. He is eating with a spoon. So here the spoon is used as an instrument to eat. To perform that action, whatever he is using as an instrument, that will get the karana karakam. It is used as a karana, an instrument. So that word will have karaka sambandha with the kriyapadam, and that karaka sambandha is called karana karakam. Sometimes that karana karakam may not be specified in the sentence, but it is always there. Now, when we say Ramaha phalam khadati, he would have either eaten with his hand or with a spoon or with directly biting, or however, there is some instrument that he used, something that he used as an instrument to do that action. But not always we may mention that. It doesn't mean there is no karana karakam. There will be a karana karakam, but we need not mention all the karaka sambandhani in a sentence all the time. But it doesn't imply that there is no karana karakam. Anantaram, sampradhanam. Sampradhanam sometimes may or may not be there, because it is it indicates the beneficiary. So when somebody in Danakriya, mostly in Danakriya we have sampradhanam. So not all the kriyas are Danakriyas. So sampradhanam can be optional. Many times, even though it is not mentioned, it actually can mean, because there is no Danakriya happening, the sampradhana karakam can be absent in a sentence. But whenever there is a Danakriya, the person who is the receiver, that word will be the sampradhanam, and the relation that it has with the kriyapadam will be sampradhana karakam. Okay, and then panchami, the apadana karakam. Apadana karakam is separation. Whenever there is separation, so Ramaha grihat vidyalayam gacchati. So from the house he went to the school. So here there is a separation. It indicates a separation from one place to another. So there grihat, this griham has some apadana karakam. Okay, it is apadana karakam, and the relation that this word has with the kriyapadam is apadana karakam. Anantaram saptami, adhikaranam. Adhikaranam is, it indicates the existence, like where, when, or Vishayadhikaranam also. So kutra asti, whatever action is happening, it has to happen in some place. Ramaha phalam khadati. Putra khadati, grihe khadati, vidyalaye khadati, devalaye khadati. He can be doing that action anywhere. Again, like I said, not always we mention all the details in the sentence. When it is important, we mention. When in that context, if mentioning the place is important, we mention. But otherwise, if that is not what we want to convey, we don't mention. But adhikaranam will always be there. At some place, he will be doing that action. At some point of time, he will be doing that action. So, Ramaha sayankale grihe phalam chamasena khadati. So here we have everything. Ramaha has Kartrikarakam, Phalam has Karmakarakam, Chamasena has Karanakarakam, Grihe Adhikaranam, Deshadhikaranam, Sayankale, Kaladhikaranam. So all these are Karaka relations with the Kriyapadam. So they help describe how that Kriya is happening. They add more information about how that Kriya is happening. So these are the 6 Karaka Sambandhani. And now each Karaka Sambandha can be expressed in a sentence using a particular vibhakti as per Paniniya Vyakaranam. So Panini mentioned that Kartrikarakam will have Prathama Vibhakti or Trutiya Vibhakti. Okay. So Prathama Vibhakti when it is in a Kartari Prayoga Vakyam. Tritiya Vibhakti when it is in a Karmani Prayoga Vakyam. Okay. And Karmakarakam always will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Of course, again, Dvitiya Vibhakti in Kartari Prayoga Vakyam. Prathama Vibhakti in Karmani Prayoga Vakyam. Karanakarakam will always be in Tritiya Vibhakti. Sampradhanakarakam will be in Chaturthi Vibhakti. Apadanakarakam Panchami Vibhakti. Adhikaranakarakam Saptami Vibhakti. Now, Shashti Vibhakti, it does not represent any Karaka Sambandha. So that is why whenever we find a word in Shashti Vibhakti, it usually has a Sambandha with another word. Some kind of relation it has. So we say Shashti Sambandha. Dhritarashtrasya, Dasharathasya putraha Ramaha Raja Asti. So Ramaha Raja Asti. That is the main sentence. Ramaha kaha Dasharathasya putraha Ramaha. Okay. So here Dasharathasya putraha. So here that Dasharathasya is in Shashti Vibhakti. It is only indicating the relation. Okay. So who is the king or who is Rama, to indicate that we are using Mama Grihe Puja Asti. Okay. Grihe Puja Asti. Mama Grihe. So here Mama is only related with Griha, not with Asti. Grihe Puja Asti. Puja is connected to Asti. But Mama is not connected to Asti in anywhere, in any way. Why? Because it does not have a Karaka Sambandha with the Kriyapadam. That is how you can check. Okay, whenever you are in doubt, if the relation is a Karaka relation or Karaketara relation, what you have to check is if that word has a direct connection to the Kriyapadam or not. Karaka Sambandhani, all of them will definitely be connected to the Kriyapadam directly with any of these 6 relations that we discussed. If it is not if you are not able to connect the word with the Kriyapadam with any of these 6 Karaka Sambandha, then it is not a Karaka Sambandha. Okay? Karaketara Sambandha can happen between other words of the sentence, like Uttamaha Balakaha Atra Upavishati. So Uttamaha again is not connected to Upavishati, the Kriyapadam. It is only connected to Balakaha as a Visheshana. So this is Visheshana is also a relation, but it is not a Karaka relation. Karaketara Sambandha. So that is why it is not connected to the Kriyapadam. It is only connected to the Balakaha, which is the Karta. Okay. So like that you can analyze and see which words have Karaka Sambandha and which words do not have a Karaka Sambandha. Okay, so now let us again look here. With each Karaka relation, again a brief, a detailed description is given, but let us go in sequence, whatever is given in the book. But just as an introduction, I have briefly discussed the Karaka relations, so that for us it will be easy as we are discussing. So Shivaramaha Sarvaprathamasthanam Praptavan. Atra Sarvaprathamasthanam kim? Is it related to the Kriya Padam directly?
Karma Padam.
Karma Padam. So we can connect it to the Kriya Padam. So Shivaramaha Praptavan. Kim Praptavan? Prathamasthanam Praptavan. So here it is connected. Kim Praptavan. You are able to ask that question with the Kriya Padam. Okay. So that is another way. That is why in our Anvaya Rachana always we take the Kriya Padam and try to ask the question with the Kriya Padam, and then depending on what you get, you can determine what Karaka Sambandha it has. If anything is not able to be connected, or when you ask a question with the Kriya Padam, and if you don't get some of the words in the sentence as an answer, then we know that those words are not directly connected to the Kriya Padam, but with other. That is why Uttamaha Balakaha Asti. So Asti Kriya Padam. Kaha Asti Balakaha Asti. Kidrishaha Balakaha Asti we say. Uttamaha Balakaha Asti. So here Uttamaha is only connected to Balakaha. We are only posing that question on Balakaha. What kind of boy? But we are not connecting it directly with Asti. So like that we have to, the Anvaya goes. So which will help us determine the relation, the Karaka Sambandha. If it is the Karma Padam, then we know that it is Karma Karaka. Anantaram, Shivaramaha Parikshayam Samyak Likitavan. Atra Parikshayam, so Likitavan. Shivaramah Kaha Likitavan, Shivaramah Likitavan. Katham Likitavan, Samyak Likitavan. Kutra Likitavan, Parikshayam Likitavan. So here Parikshayam Likitavan. So it is directly connected to the Kriya Padam. With what Karaka Sambandha?
Adhikarana.
What kind of Adhikarana is that?
Vishayadhikaranam.
Vishayadhikaranam. Kaladhikaranam nasti. It is not indicating a time. Sayankale, Prabhate, Panchavadane, all that come under
Deshadhikarana.
If it is a Desha, if it is indicating a Desha, Pathashalayam Likati, Grihe Likati, okay, then it indicates Deshadhikarana. But here Pariksha is a Vishayam. It is not a Desha, it is not a Kala. So Vishayadhikaranam Bhavitum Arhati.
Okay.
Samyak. What will Samyak become? Katham Likitavan, Samyak Likitavan. Kriya Visheshana. Okay. So though Samyak is a Kriya Visheshana and it is connected to the Kriya Padam, it is still not a Karaka relation. That we have to notice. Shikshakaha avarsham pritya bodhitavantaha. Shikshakaha. So the Kriya Padam here is bodhitavantaha. Ke bodhitavantaha?
Shikshakaha.
So Shikshakaha kim bhavitum arhati Karaka Sambandha? Kartrikarakam. Katham bodhitavantaha?
Pritya bodhitavantaha.
Pritya. What will Pritya be?
Sorry, Visheshanam.
Visheshanam.
Kriya Visheshana. Kriya Visheshana. How did they teach? With love. Pritya bodhitavantaha. So whenever a word is describing how the action is performed, it will be Kriya Visheshana. Pritya bodhitavantaha. Avarsham bodhitavantaha. So what will avarsham be here? The whole year. Kaladhikaranam bhavitumar. It is indicating a time period. So we can say that it is Kaladhikaranam. Parikshayaha purvam masadvayam Duradarshanam kenapi na pravartitam eva. So, na pravartitam iti kriyapadam. So, kim na pravartitam?
Duradarshanam.
Duradarshanam na pravartitam. So Duradarshanam kim bhavati?
Karmakarakam.
కాదండి కాదు
Duradarshanam na pravartitam. Duradarshanam was not switched on. Okay. Wait 1 second. Pravartitam. Pravartitam is in Karmani Prayoga, right? It is in Karmani Prayoga. Pravartitam. Vartitam. Vartitaha, Vartita, Vartitam. So it is in Karmani Prayoga. So Duradarshanam na pravartitam. So Duradarshanam is karma actually. It is the karma padam. Kena api. Kena api Duradarshanam na pravartitam. By anybody. By anybody, the television was not switched on. Okay, so Kena will be the Kartrupadam here. Kena will be the Kartrupadam. Because it is a Karmani Prayoga Vakyam, Kena, the Kartrupadam is in Trutiya Vibhakti. Okay. The Kartrupadam of a Karmani Prayoga Vakya will be in Trutiya Vibhakti. We all know that. So Kena here is Kartrupadam. Duradarshanam is Karmapadam. It is in Prathama Vibhakti. It is a Napumsakalinga Shabdam. That is why it is Duradarshanam. Okay. It is in Prathama Vibhakti. So Kena Duradarshanam na pravartitam. Then Eva is there. How do we connect Eva here to the Kriyapadam? It is showing emphasis on the Kriyapadam. Means not at all. Nobody switched on the TV at all. So the emphasis here is on of Eva, depending on where it is situated in the sentence. It gives emphasis to that word. So here, pravartitam, Eva. So Eva is connected to pravartitam. So the emphasis is on the Kriyapadam. So we connect Eva to that Kriyapadam as simply Sambandha. It is not a Karaka relation, but we still connect it to the Kriyapadam because the emphasis, we want to show that the emphasis is on the Kriyapadam. Like Ramaha khadati eva. Ramaha pathati eva. He only reads. So we want to show the emphasis on that action. Okay. So whenever we want to show the emphasis on the Kriyapadam, the Eva will be connected to the Kriyapadam, will be next to that. Ramaha eva pathati. If I put Eva here, then we are emphasizing on the fact that only Rama reads. Others are not reading. Okay. Ramaha shlokameva pathati or ganitameva pathati. Okay. Samskritam na pathati. So, Ganitameva Pathati means here we are emphasizing the fact that he is only studying math. We are not putting the emphasis on Rama. We are not putting the emphasis on Pathati. We are putting the emphasis on the subject on which he is reading. Ganitameva Pathati. Okay, so depending where Eva is, the emphasis. So here, since it is next to Pravartitam, the emphasis is there. So in such cases, when you are doing that graphical representation, you can connect Eva to Pravartitam as a Sambandha. All such words can be labeled as a simply Sambandha. Anantaram, Parikshayaha Purvam. So what will Purvam be? How is Purvam connected?
Avyayama. Kaladhikarana.
Upapada Vibhakti.
Which is Upapada Vibhakti here? Parikshaya.
Parikshayaha.
See, the Panchami Vibhakti of Parikshayaha will be Upapada Vibhakti. Okay, but Purva, word Purvam itself, how do we mark it?
For 2 months.
It's connected to. So Masadvayam.
Visheshanam to Dvimasaha. It is a Visheshanam to Dvimasam.
So Parikshayaha Purvam Masadvayam Duradarshanam kenapi na pravartitam. So here Masadvayam can be taken as Kaladhikarana. It is indicating a time period. So that we can mark it as Kaladhikarana. So Purvam. Parikshayaha Purvam. Purvam, how can we connect? That also we can connect it as Kaladhikarana. And Parikshayaha will be, it is a Panchami Vibhakti. So we cannot call it as Shashti Sambandha because it is not Shashti Vibhakti. Here it is Panchami because of Purvam. We can simply mark it as Sambandha. It is not Shashti Sambandha. If the word is in Shashti Vibhakti, we can say Shashti Sambandha. If it is not in Shashti Vibhakti, simply Sambandha. That is why even Eva, just as a Sambandha, we need to mark it because we need to know which word is connected to which word. That clarity should be there. So here Parikshayaha Purvam. So we connect it as simply Sambandha. Okay. Anantaram Sahadhyayinah Maya Saha Patitavantah.
Kshamatam Bhagini. Parikshayaha is a sambandham, but the Purvam is a Kala sambandham. So it is going to be in the 5th Vibhakti.
Purvam is not in Panchami Vibhakti.
Panchami, I mean.
Purvam is will be connected to the Kriyapadam as simply Kaladhikarana.
Okay.
But Parikshayaha should be connected to the word Purvam as simply Sambandha.
Okay, so there is no other Vibhakti to be indicated.
No, Vibhakti you don't indicate here, but we know that Parikshayaha is in Panchami Vibhakti here. Because Parikshayaha, it is a Akaranta Strilinga Shabdam. It can be either, we can take it as Shashti or Panchami. But here, because of the word Purvam, we should understand it is in Panchami Vibhakti. And that Panchami Vibhakti is not because it is Apadana. It is not because of the Apadana Karaka. It is because Upapada Vibhakti. Because the existence of the word Purvam gave Panchami Vibhakti to this word. So it is only a Upapada Vibhakti. So it is not a Karaka Sambandita Vibhakti. So
understood. Dhanyavad.
So we don't connect the Parikshayaha to the Kriyapadam. So that also you all have to keep noticing. Sometimes the Vibhaktis will be Upapada Vibhaktis. So don't assume that a word which is in Tritiya Vibhakti is always a Karana Karaka. Don't assume a word which is in Panchami Vibhakti is always an Apadana Karaka. These are the common mistakes that people do when they are initially learning the Karaka relations. Whenever they see a word in Panchami Vibhakti, they directly connect it to the Kriyapadam and label it as Apadana. No, we have to understand the meaning, how that meaning of that word is contributing in that sentence, and then we will understand whether it is a Karaka Sambandha or not. So there is no one-to-one mapping between a Karaka Sambandha and a Vibhakti. Okay, a Kartrikarakam will be in Prathama or Trutiya. But not always a word which is in Trutiya Vibhakti will be a Kartrikarakam. Right? Even in a Karmani Prayoga Vakyam. Even in a Karmani Prayoga Vakyam, if you see a word in Trutiya Vibhakti, check if it is the Kartripadam or not. Or there can also be a Karana Karaka, even in a Karmani Prayoga Vakyam. Ramena Chamasena Phalam Khaditam. We can say that, no? Ramena Phalam Khaditam. This is a Karmani Prayoga Vakya. Kena Khaditam, Chamasena Khaditam. So Ramena Chamasena Phalam Khaditam. So this is a Karmani Prayoga Vakya. By looking at Chamasena, we should not confuse. It is a Karmani Prayoga Vakya and a word in Tritiya Vibhakti must be a Kartrikarakam. No. Okay. So Chamasena Phalam Khaditam. If I remove the word Ramena, if I simply say Chamasena Phalam Khaditam, so then it will be more confusing. If I say Ramena, then the subject, we know that Rama is a Karta, so it will be easy to figure out. But if I simply say Chamasena Phalam Khaditam, this is a Karmani Prayoga Vakya, so the Kartripadam is not mandatory. We need not write, it is optional. So I can simply say Chamasena Phalam Khaditam. So we have to know that here Chamasena is not the Kartripadam, it is Karanakarakam only, like that. Okay. Anantaram Sahadhyayinah Maya Saha Patitavantaha. Patitavantaha. Ke patitavantaha?
Sahadhyayinah.
So sahadhyayinah kartrupadam asti. Saha. What will maya be here?
Tritiya vibhakti.
It is Tritiya Vibhakti. What relation does it have?
Upapada vibhakti.
Upapada Vibhakti, because
Saha is
Okay, na?
the Tritiya Vibhakti of Maya is the Tritiya Vibhakti of Maya is because of the word Saha. Because of the word Saha. Okay. So Maya here is not a Kartrupadam. It is not a Karanakaraka. It is a Sahartha. It is called Sahartha. Okay. So Maya will be connected. Maya can be connected to Patitavantaha as a Saharthaha, and Saha will be connected to Maya as a Sahartha Dyotaka. Sahartha Dyotaka means it is that is the one which is bringing out that Tritiya Vibhakti in Maya. So it is called Dyotaka, means it is making it explicit. Because the Tritiya Vibhakti of Maya is because of the word Saha. So we label it as Dyotaka, Sahartha Dyotaka. And why Sahartha? Because Maya Saha, Sahadhyayinaha Maya Saha. They are along with me. So that is more like adding, right? So that Sahartha is used in that sense, along with. Shivaramasya Patane Ichha Asit. Shivaramasya Patane Ichha Asit. Asit. Ka Asit?
cha.
Huh? Ichha. Ichha Asit. So what is the Kartrupadam here?
Shivaram.
Ichha Kartrupadam.
Ichha Kartrupadam asti. Ichha Asit. Ka Asit? Ichha Asit. Shivaramaha Asit na. Shivaramasya Patane Ichha Asit. So Ka Asit? Ichha Asit. Tasmin Ichha Asit. What does he have Ichha in?
Patane Ichha.
Patane. So what will Patane be here?
Kriya.
Saptami Vibhakti.
It is in Saptami Vibhakti, but what is it, a Karaka Sambandha or Karaketara Sambandha?
Karaka Sambandha. Adhikarana. Sambandha.
Adhikarana. What kind of Adhikarana?
Vishayadhikarana.
So Ichha Patane Asti or Asit. So it is still, we are able to connect it with Asit. So it is Adhikarana, Vishayadhikarana. Okay, Patane. In studying, Shivarama has Ichha. So Shivaramasya will be Shashti Sambandha to Patane. Because it is in Shashti Vibhakti and it is related to Patane. So Shivaramasya Patane Ichha Asit. So it will be connected as Shashti Sambandha to Patane.
Ma'am, is it not related to Ichha?
No.
Shivaramasya Ichha Patane Asit.
Shivaramasya Chaduvu, Shivaramudiki Chaduvu Yandu Asakti Undi. Chaduvu Yandu. Patane eva.
Okay.
Ichhapi bhavitum arhati. Shivaramasya Ichha Asit. Kasmin Ichha Asit. Patane Ichha Asit. Both you can say actually. Patane. Shivaramasya Chaduvu Yandu. Yeah. It is fine. Actually, you can connect it with both. Either is fine. Both will be fine. Patane also is fine. Ichha is also fine. I feel Patane is Ichha is also fine actually. If Patane is not indicated, Shivaramasya Ichha Asit. Yeah, we can connect it to anything actually. Both are fine. Bhavan parishramena patitavan. So patitavan. Kaha patitavan?
Bhavan.
Bhavan
Bhavan.
patitavan. So kartripadam kim?
Bhavan.
Bhavan.
Parishramena, what it will be?
Kriya
Yeah,
Visheshanam.
Visheshano.
Kriya Vishesh bhavati va?
Patitavan Kriya Visheshana.
Katham Patitavan. Parishramena Patitavan.
Parishramena, ante parishramam chesi, by working hard, he studied. It is not describing. More than describing the Kriyapadam, it is describing what he used. Like he used his hard work to study. Here there is hard work is also there, no? Parishramena. So that can be used as Karanam. So let us see how it will be different than a Kriya Visheshana. So Patitavan. So Shighram Patitavan, Samyak Patitavan. What other Kriya Visheshanani we can use there? Parishramena. Parishramena Patitavan. By working hard, he studied. So it is not exactly explaining or describing the Kriyapadam. It is telling how, what he did to study. So though it appears like Kriya Visheshana, I feel that we can mark it as Karanakarakam eva. We'll double check on that. We'll double check on that. Anantaram sarvaihi jnataha vishayaha eshaha. So here Kriyapadam kim?
Jnataha.
Jnataha. Kartripadam kim?
Sarvaihi.
Sarvaihi. Vishayaha kim?
Vishayadikarana. Kada Vishaya.
Sarvaihi eshaha vishayaha jnataha.
Ma'am, is it in Karmani?
Karma.
Karma padam. Vishayaha will be karma padam. Eshaha will be visheshana to vishayaha. So this is a karmani prayoga vakyam. Jnataha. Jnataha is a ktha pratyayanta karmani prayoga. So sarvaihi jnataha. Sarvaihi kartrupadam. Jnataha kriyapadam. Vishayaha karma padam. Eshaha is visheshana to vishayaha. Sarvaihi eshaha vishayaha jnataha. Anantaram. Etadrishena chintanena Shivaramaha jivane yashasvi bhavishyati. Bhavishyati kriyapadam. Kartripadam kim?
Shivaramaha.
Shivaramaha bhavishyati. Shivaramaha kaha bhavishyati?
Yashasvi Bhavishyati.
So yashasvi kim bhavati?
Videya Visheshana.
Videya Visheshana. So Shivaramaha kartripadam. Yashasvi videya Visheshana. Jivane.
Jivane. Kaladi. Kada.
Vishayadikaranam. In his life. Vishayadikaranam bhavitum arhati. Okay? Okay. Etadrishena chintanena. Chintanena. What will chintanena be?
Karma.
Chintanena Tritiya Vibhakti.
Tritiya Vibhakti.
It is in Tritiya Vibhakti, but what is the Karaka Sambandha? Karanakarakam eva. Because he is using his chintanam, right? To become yashasvi.
Okay. Correct.
To become yashasvi, what is helping his way of thinking? So here this way of thinking is being used as an instrument for him to become yashasvi. So we can mark it as Karanakarakam. So Karanakarakam always need not be a thing. Okay? Abstract words can also come. Okay. So earlier, in the earlier sentence also, that is why parishramena. Parishramam is used as an instrument to study. So that is why I feel, but I will double check on that. But here Chintanena is definitely Karanakaraka. Etadrishena will be Visheshana to Chintanena. Okay. Etadrishena is Visheshana to Chintanena. Chintanena. Okay. So Chintanena will be Karanakarakam. Shivaramaha Kartrikarakam. Yashasvi Videya Visheshana. Jivane Vishayadikarana in his life. Okay. Karmani eva asmakam adhikaraha. Adhikaraha.
Kartrupadam andi.
Adhikaraha kartrupadam avutunda? Asti. Adhikaraha asti. Asti we have to take adhyahritam here. Okay? Because we cannot say adhikaraha is the kriyapadam. Adhikaraha asti. So asti is the kriyapadam. Adhikaraha will be
Kartrupadam.
Kartrupadam. Kasmin adhikaraha asti?
Karmani.
Karmani. So what will karmani be here?
Vishayadhikaranam.
Vishayadhikarana. Okay? Vishayadhikarana. Asmakam adhikaraha asti. Asmakam is connected to adhikaraha. As a Shashti Sambandha. It is simply Shashti Sambandha. Okay? Asmakam is in Shashti Vibhakti. So Shashti Sambandha. Karmani eva. So eva will be connected to karmani as a simply Sambandha. Okay? So that will show when you write, draw the graph, by connecting like this, we will know which word is connected to which word, and from that where the emphasis is. It will be more pictorial. It will be more evident by connecting the words like that. Okay. See, the final ultimate goal of doing the Anvaya or all this is to get a much clear perspective of what the sentence means and what is the intention of the speaker or whoever has written this sentence. So that is why we have to always also keep in mind what the writer has in mind, rather than not by force trying to see what we want to see. It is also important to see what the author is trying to tell. So that is why we have to be more careful about doing. So the grammar aspects, of course, will definitely help, but sometimes in some cases, just the grammar may not be enough to analyze. So in that case, we have to take the what the author is trying to imply, and especially with the big, scriptures. Many times we may not be able to interpret what the author is implying. So we take the help of the what do you call those? Vyakyanas. Okay, that is the reason why we depend on the Vyakyanas, because these all are written by great rishis, and it is not easy for us to simply comprehend what is on their mind. Because sometimes when they write it in the shloka form, some words are implied. So we need to have a certain knowledge to understand that level of interpretation. So the Vyakyanas are also written by great rishis, right? Or great scholars. So they know, they existed at least closer to the time when these scriptures were written. So they will know, and they are very knowledgeable. They have studied so much. They have studied the other granthas and all. So they will have a better idea. So that is the reason why sometimes we have to depend on the Vyakyanas to know. We cannot do our own interpretation. But don't depend on any Vyakyana. Only go with the real Vyakyanas written long back by the rishis. Nowadays, so many Vyakyanas have come, written by many people. We don't know from where they have taken their source. So we cannot simply just go with any Vyakyana that is available online or in the market. We have to depend on those scholarly people only or the rishis from the past. Astu. Anantaram,
Bhagini,
Bhagini.
కర్మణి ఏవ గురించి ఒకసారి చెప్పండి.
So here what the sentence means is karmani eva asmakam adhikaraha. Mana adhikaram ante we have the right only in the work that we do. Okay, this is from that shloka. Mana painunna shlokalo nunchi karmanyeva adhikaraha te ma phaleshu kadachana. So we have our responsibility only in doing our duty. So here karmani means in the work that we do. Only in the work that we do, asmakam adhikaraha. Mana adhikaram ante mana duty. Mana we have our right only in the work that we do, not on the result. That not on the result is not given here. So adhikaraha asti. Asti we are taking it as adhyahritam because it is not given in the sentence and we need a kriya padam to write the anvaya krama. So adhikaraha asti. So adhikaraha will be kartru padam. Asti will be kriya padam. So adhikaraha yendu undi, karmala yendu undi. So karmani is in saptami vibhakti here. So karmani will be vishayadhikarana because it is not indicating desha, it is not indicating kala. Whenever you have a doubt whether a word is indicating vishayadhikarana or not, you ask that question. Is it a physical place or is it indicating a time? If it is not that both, then it will be vishayadhikarana. Okay.
Thank you, Bhagini. Thank you.
Anantaram, Priya Bhagini, patitum ichchati va?
Bhagini. Namaskara Bhagini.
Namaste.
Janita. Teshu adhorekānkitayoho shabdayoho vibhaktihi upapada vibhaktihi. Yatha parikṣāyaha purvam māsadvayam दूरदर्शनं केनापि न प्रवर्तितम् एव. अत्र पूर्वशब्दस्य योगे पञ्चमी विभक्तिः परीक्षायाः इति रूपम्. सहाध्यायिनः मया सह पठितवन्तः. अत्र सह शब्दस्य योगे तृतीया विभक्तिः मया इति रूपम्. किमपि पदं निमित्तीकृत्ये प्रवृत्ता विभक्तिः उपपद विभक्तिः इति उच्यते.
1 second. So we have discussed this already, right? In the sentences, parikshayaha, the panchami vibhakti of this is because of the word purvam, and so that panchami vibhakti is called upapada vibhakti. Similarly, maya, the tritiya vibhakti here is because of the word saha, and hence that tritiya vibhakti is called upapada vibhakti. And upapada vibhakti nimitti kritya. Kimapi padam nimitti kritya. Because of these words, these vibhaktis came. The nimittam is there for this vibhakti to happen because of those words. Then we call it as upapada vibhakti. We discussed that already. Continue, Bhai.
Janita. Purvam patitheshu anyeshu ashtasu vakyeshu stulaksharaihi mudriteshu shabdeshu karaka vibhaktihi asti. Karakam nimitti kritya pravritta vibhaktihi karaka vibhaktihi iti uchyate. Etasmin pathe vayam karakanam jnanam prapnavam.
Ekam nimisham. So karakam nimitti kritya pravritta vibhaktihi karaka vibhaktihi. So because of a word, if a vibhakti comes, we called that as upapada vibhakti. But because of a karaka, we are using a particular, when there is a kartrikarakam, we are using prathama vibhakti in a kartari prayoga vakya. So that prathama vibhakti is called a karaka vibhakti. If a word is used as a karana, and the karana karakam, because of the karana karakam, we are putting that word in tritiya vibhakti. So then that tritiya vibhakti is called karaka vibhakti. Because of the karaka relation, that tritiya vibhakti is being used. So karaka vibhakti, upapada vibhakti, karaka vibhakti. So these two, keep in mind. Continue, Bhai.
Etani vakyani pathata. Chashakah asti. Balakah chashakam pashyati. Balakah chashakena pibhati. Balakah chashakat jalam swikaroti. Chashake jalam asti. एतेषु वाक्येषु चषकशब्दे नानाविभक्तयः प्रयुक्ताः सन्ति। ताः सर्वाः कारकविभक्तयः। प्रथमे वाक्ये चषकः कर्तृकारकं, द्वितीये कर्मकारकं, तृतीये करणकारकं, चतुर्थे अपादानकारकं, पंचमे अधिकरणकारकं। कारकभेदात् विभक्तिभेदः। कस्मिन् कारके सति का विभक्तिः इति पाणिना सूत्रैः निर्दिष्टम् अस्ति। कारक ज्ञानभावे वाक्यप्रयोगे दोषाः भवेयुः। यथा बालकः चषकं पश्यति इति शुद्धं वाक्यं, परन्तु बालकः चषकं पिबति इति अशुद्धं वाक्यं। यतः पाणक्रियायां चषकः करणं, तस्य तृतीया विभक्तिः भवेत्, न तु द्वितीया विभक्तिः। अतः बालकः चषकेन पिबति इति वाक्यं प्रयोक्तव्यम्। किं नाम कारकं?
1 second, 1 minute भगिनि. So अत्र किं वक्तमस्ति? चषक शब्दम. So now that we have discussed all the karaka relations, you easily can understand चषकः अस्ति. अत्र चषकः कर्तृकारकम् अस्ति, प्रथमा विभक्ति. बालकः चषकं पश्यति. अत्र चषकम् is कर्मकारकं. चषकेन पिबति. अत्र करणकारकं. चषकात् जलं स्वीकरोति. There is a separation. He is taking the water from the glass. There is separation. So apadanakarakam. So panchami vibhakti. Chashake jalam asti. Atra chashake is adhikarana. Which adhikarana?
Deshadhikarana.
Deshadhikarana. Because chashaka is a physical object. So we can mark it as deshadhikarana. Okay. So karaka jnana abhave vakya prayoge doshaha bhaveyuhu. So if we lack the knowledge of karaka, then which vibhakti to put? Now when you are trying to write a sentence, and if you don't have this karaka knowledge, so if you want to write something, then you won't know if there is a apadana word that has to be used. Then you don't know in which vibhakti to put. So there will be a probability of mistakes to happen. So the karaka knowledge is important for that purpose. To understand a sentence that is already written, or even if we want to write a sentence, in which vibhakti to put. You know that this is the karma padam. But if you don't know the karma padam takes dvitiya vibhakti in a kartari prayoga vakya, then you will go wrong if you put it in some other vibhakti. So like that karaka jnanam is avashyakam. Astu. Patatu bagini.
Ha. Kim nama karakam? Kriyanvayi karakam. Yat kriyaya anveti. Sambandham prapnoti. Tat karakam iti uchyate. Yatha pachakaha pachati. Atra pachakaha pakakriyayam anveti. Ataha pachakaha karakam. Tat kartru karakam. Annam kadhati. Atra annam bhakshana kriyayam anveti. Ataha annam karakam. Tat karma karakam.
Saha api patatu. Saha annam khadati. Saha pashuna chinatti.
Saha क्षम्यतां भगिनि. सः परशुना छिन्नति. अत्र परशुः छेदनक्रियायाम् अन्वेति. अतः परशुः कारकं. तत् करणकारकं. सः पुत्राय धनं ददाति. अत्र पुत्रः दानक्रियायाम् अन्वेति. अतः पुत्रकारकं. तत् सम्प्रदानकारकं. सः सोपानात् पतति. अत्र सोपानं पतनक्रियायाम् अन्वेति. अतः सोपानं कारकं. तत् अपादानकारकं. सः आसन्दे उपविशति. अत्र आसन्दः उपवेशनक्रियायाम् अन्वेति. अतः कारकं. तत् अधिकरणकारकं. कर्तृकारकं क्रियया साक्षात् अन्वेति. अन्यानि कारकाणि तु परम्परया क्रियया अन्वयं प्राप्नुवन्ति इति ज्ञेयम्. एतत् वाक्यं परिशीलयत. अयोध्यायाः राजा गंगां हस्तेन विप्राय गोष्ठात् गंगातीरे ददाति. अत्र कः ददाति? कां ददाति? केन ददाति? कस्मै ददाति? कस्मात् ददाति? कस्मिन् ददाति? इत्येषां प्रश्नानां राजा ददाति, गां ददाति, हस्तेन ददाति, विप्राय ददाति, गोष्ठात् ददाति, गंगातीरे ददाति इत्येतानि वाक्यानि उत्तराणि भवन्ति। अतः दानक्रियायां षडपि कारकाणि अन्वितानि भवन्ति इति स्पष्टम्। कस्य राजा इति प्रश्नस्य तु अयोध्यायाः राजा इति उत्तरं भवति। अयोध्यायाः अन्वयः राज्ञि एव, न तु दानक्रियायाम्। अतः एषा षष्ठीकारकं न इति ज्ञातव्यम्। जानीत, कारकाणि षट् सन्ति: कर्तृकारकं, कर्मकारकं, करणकारकं, संप्रदानकारकं, अपादानकारकं, अधिकरणकारकं। कर्ता कर्म च करणं, संप्रदानं तथैव च अपादान अधिकरणमित्याहुः कारकाणि षट्।
धन्यवादः भगिनी. So
धन्यवादः।
here we have
भगिनी, क्षम्यतां भगिनी,
हा
अत्र एक शब्द अस्ति which is repeating many times but I don't know the meaning. Anveti.
Anvayam means
No, not
Anvayam
Anvayam.
asti.
Anveti.
Yes. Anveti is Anvayam asti Anveti. Anvayam
Oh,
kutra
okay.
asti tatra Anveti. So it is
Okay.
Anvayam where there is direct relation to the Kriyapadam.
Okay.
So here atra pachakaha pakakriyayam anveti means the pachakaha pachati. Saha pachakaha pachati. Here the pachakaha is having an anvayam with pachati. Anvayam means like a direct relation, you can say, dependent. That action is dependent.
Okay. Dhanyavad Bhagini.
So here you have seen all the karaka relations in these sentences. Saha pachakaha pachati, saha annam khadati, pashuna chinnatti, putraya dhanam dadati, sopanat patati. Sopanat patati. So whenever there is a patana kriya, there is again separation. Phalam vrikshat patati. Pushpam latayah patati. So here everywhere there is a separation again. It is falling off from somewhere. So sopanat patati. So sopanam will be apadana karakam. Asande upavishati. Okay, sitting in the asanda. So adhikaranam. Ayodhyayaha raja gam hastena vipraya goshtat gangatire dadati. So the dadati, if we take a dana kriya, then including the sampradana karakam, everything can be included. If we take any other kriya, the sampradanam we cannot include, right? Because it is we need to have a dana kriya for a sampradana karakam to happen. So if we take a dadati kriya, a dana kriya as the kriya padam, then we can include that, and all the karaka relations are shown in this sentence. But Ayodhyayaha Raja, there that is Shashti Sambandha, because it has the Anvayam only with Raja and not with the Kriyapadam Dadati. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. Anantaram Sita Bhagini. Patitum ichchati va? Sita Bhagini.
भगिनि श्रूयते वा?
आं श्रूयते इदानीं.
जानीत, कारकाणि षट् सन्ति: कर्तृकारकं, कर्मकारकं, करणकारकं, संप्रदानकारकम्, अपादानकारकम्, अधिकरणकारकं। कर्ता कर्म च करणं संप्रदानं तथैव च अपादानाधिकरणमित्याहुः कारकाणि षट्। वयं सर्वेषां कारकाणां ज्ञानं क्रमशः प्राप्नवाम। सौकर्यदृष्ट्या अत्र करणकारकात् आरम्भः कृतः अस्ति। कर्तृकारकस्य कर्मकारकस्य च विवरणम् अन्ते करिष्यते। करणकारकम्: एतानि वाक्यानि परिशीलयत। हरिलालः चुरिकया फलं कर्तयति। सुषमा द्विचक्रिकया विद्यालयं गच्छति। गिरीशः उष्णजलेन स्नानं करोति। एतेषु प्रथमवाक्ये हरिलालस्य फलकर्तनक्रियायां छुरिका अत्यन्तम् उपकारकं साधनम् अस्ति। सुषमायाः विद्यालयगमनक्रियायां द्विचक्रिका अत्यन्तम् उपकारकं साधनम् अस्ति। गिरीशस्य स्नानक्रियायाम् उष्णजलम् अत्यन्तम् उपकारकं साधनम् अस्ति। अतः छुरिका द्विचक्रिका उष्णजलं च करणम् इति उच्यन्ते. Shall I continue?
One second. So here the Karanakarakam is being discussed first, the Kartrikarakam and Karmakarakam towards the end. So here for Harilala to cut the fruit, what is being used? Churika, knife. Sushama to go to Vidyalayam, she is using the bicycle as an instrument. To accomplish that task, this is what she is using. So that will become the Karanakaraka. Girishaha to take bath, he is using warm water. Ushna Jalena. So here Ushna Jalam is the Karanam. He is using that water as a instrument to clean or to bathe. So we call those the Churika, Dvichakrika, Ushna Jalam, Karanam iti uchyate. Okay, so not always it will actually be an instrument. Sometimes we have to see. That is why we have to ask this question. To accomplish this task, what is being used? To eat, hastam sometimes, chamasaha, dantaihi. So anything can be used. So similarly to read a book, what can be the possible instruments? Nayanabhyam, your eyes, you are using your eyes to read. So that will be the Karanakarakam then. Not always we need to mention, but sometimes it is important for the Karanakaraka to be mentioned in a sentence. Sometimes it need not, but we have to keep in mind that to accomplish a task, all these are needed, whether they are mentioned in a sentence or not. Astu, Bhagini, patatu. Patatu Bhagini, Sita Bhagini.
जानीत यत् क्रियासिद्धौ अत्यन्तम् उपकारकं भवति तत् करणकारकं साधकतमं करणं पाणिनिसूत्रं 1 what is that 1443 right
fourth pada and 43
43 क्रियासिद्धौ प्रकृष्टोपकारकं कारकं करणसंज्ञं स्यात् इत्यर्थः करणकारकात् तृतीया विभक्तिः कर्तृकरणयोः तृतीया पाणिनीयसूत्र 1318 अतः पूर्वतनेषु वाक्येषु चुरिकया द्विचक्रिकया उष्णजलेन इति तृतीया विभक्तिः प्रयुक्ता अस्ति। अभ्यासः एतानि वाक्यानि पठत यथोदाहरणं कोष्टकं पूरयत। बालिका चषकेन पिबति। मन्त्री विमानेन गच्छति। पिता लेखन्या लिखति। गजः शुण्डया खादति। जनाः नौकया विहरन्ति।
एकं निमिषं भगिनि, एकं निमिषं. Here we have kriya siddhau atyantam upakarakam bhavati. Tat karanakarakam. To achieve that kriya siddhau means to make that kriya happen. What is being used as a upakarakam means as an instrument that will get the karanakarakam. Here we have the Paniniya Sutra sadhakatamam karanam. Sadhakatamam karanam. So to sadhakatamam means that which helps us with getting the job done. Okay, is called karanam. Sadhakatamam karanam. Sadhakatamam. Tamam, why that tamap pratyaya is used means that is the most thing that helps us to get the job done. There might be several factors for a kriya to be done. Sometimes there can be more than one more than one things that help. But out of all, which is the most one that is important to get the job done? That will that should be chosen as the Karanakarakam. Okay. So that is the sutra, Paniniya Sutra. Anantaram Karanakarakat Tritiya Vibhaktihi. And again, see, first, which word will get the Karanakarakam status? That is indicated by the sutra, Sadhakatamam Karanam. Once the Karanakarakam status is attained by a word, then which Vibhakti should that Karaka get? Is given by Katra Karanayoho Tritiya. Means the Kartrikarakam, the Kartripadam and the Karanapadam. Both will get Tritiya Vibhakti. Kartripadam, when will it get Tritiya Vibhakti? In a Karmani Prayoga Vakya. Karanakarakam, when will it get Tritiya Vibhakti? Whether in Kartari Prayoga or Karmani Prayoga, Karanakarakam will always get Tritiya Vibhakti. So both the Karta and the Karana, Karakas, will get Tritiya Vibhakti. But the Kartrikarakam will get Tritiya Vibhakti only in a Karmani Prayoga Vakya. Karanakarakam will get in both Prayogas. Okay. So that is that sutra. So for every Karaka, we have two sutras. One which defines how, what Karaka a word, the status of a word will get. And the second one is once it gets that status of that Karaka, which Vibhakti it should be in. Okay. That is indicated by another sutra. So with respect to each Karaka Sambandha, we have these two sutras. Okay, continue, buddy.
Abhyasah. Mantri vimanena gacchati, pita lekhanya likhati, gajah shundaya kadati, janaha naukaya viharanti, krishikah khanitrena khanati, vayam padbhyam chalamaha.
Padbhyam
chalamaha. Kriya Karanakarakam Karanakarasya Vibhaktihi. Udaharanam Vanakriya Chashakaha Tritiya Vibhaktihi. Then first one. Mantri Vimanena Gacchati. Gamanakriya Karanakarakam Vimanam Tritiya Vibhaktihi.
Vimanaha is the Pumlinga Shabda.
Vimanaha, okay. Pita lekhanya likhati. Lekhana kriya. Lekhani karanakarakam. Tritiya vibhaktihi. Khadana kriya. Gajaha shundaya kadati. Khadana kriya. Shunda. Strilingam, right? Tritiya vibhaktihi. Janaha naukaya viharanti. Viharana kriya. Nauka karanakarakam. Tritiya vibhaktihi.
Nauka dirgamasi.
Nauka. Krishikah khanitrena kanati. Khanana kriya. Khanitram. Khanitram or khanitraha? Khanitram?
Both actually Khanitra is there in Pumlinga and Napumsaka, so you can say anything.
Okay. Khanitram. Tritiya vibhaktihi. Vayam padbhyam chalamaha. Chalana kriya. Padam.
Yeah.
Karanakarakam padam. Tritiya vibhaktihi. Tritiya vibhaktihi dvivachanam.
Tritiya vibhakti dvivachana. Padbhyam. Yes.
Sampradhanakarakam. Etani vakyani parishilayata. Mata putrei mishtannam dadati. Supriya bhratre vastram yachati. Shantala devaya naivedyam nivedayati. Eteshu prathama vakye mata swaswamipe vidyamanasya mishtannasya sambandha putriya bhavatu iti ichchati. Dvitiya vakye supriya vastrasya sambandha bhratra bhavatu iti ichchati. Tritiya vakye shantala naivedyasya sambandha devena bhavatu iti ichchati. Ataha putri bhrata devascha सम्प्रदानम् इति उच्यते। जानीत कर्ता कर्मणः सम्बन्धः येन भवतु इति इच्छति सः सम्प्रदानं। कर्मणा यमभिप्रैति स सम्प्रदानं। करेक्ट? यमभिप्रैति स सम्प्रदानं। पाणिनीयसूत्रः 1432। कर्ता कर्मणा यं सम्बन्धुम् इच्छति सः सम्प्रदानसंज्ञः स्यात् इत्यर्थः। सम्प्रदायकारकात् चतुर्थी विभक्तिः। चतुर्थी सम्प्रदाने। पाणिनीसूत्रं 2313। अतः पूर्वतनेषु वाक्येषु पुत्र्यै भ्रात्रे देवाय इति चतुर्थी विभक्तिः प्रयुक्ता अस्ति।
एकं निमिषं भगिनि, धन्यवादः. So अत्र सम्प्रदानकारकं, we know that we discussed that danakriya, there has to be a danakriya for a word to get sampradhanakarakam. And which word will get sampradhanakarakam? Karta karmanah sambandhah yena bhavatu iti ichchati saha sampradanam. So matra dadati. Matra kim dadati? Mishtannam dadati. Kasmai dadati? Putriyai. So putriyai is receiving mishtannam. So receiving action is still linked with putriyai, with putri. That putri and putri is receiving. So there is a direct connection between the word putri and dadati. But it is the at the receiving end. So that sambandha is created by mata between the karma padam and the karta. The karta is causing this relation between the karma and the putri, right? Mata putriyai mishtannam dadati. So that will be sampradhanam. So here we have the Paniniya Sutra, karmana yam abhipraiti saha sampradhanam. That is the Padavibhaga. Karmana yam abhipraiti saha sampradhanam. So abhipraiti means wishing. So yam abhipraiti, karmana. So with the karma, yam, ante he who will is wished to receive, that will be sampradhanam. So here by the mishtannam, the mother wants the putri to receive it, to receive the mishtannam. So yam abhipraiti. So he who is wished to receive that object by the karta, that will get the sampradhana karaka. So that is the Paniniya Sutra there. And once the word gets the status of sampradhana karakam, in which vibhakti it should be, is indicated by chaturthi sampradhane, by that sutra. So a word which has a sampradhana karaka status will get a chaturthi vibhakti. So these two sutras will indicate the sampradhana karaka. Astu. Anantaram Surya Bhagini patitum ichchati va?
नमस्ते एतानि वाक्यानि पठिता यथोदाहरणं कोष्टकं पूरयता बालिका शिशुवे पुष्पं ददाति स्वामी सेवकाय धनं यच्छति पिता देवाय नैवेद्यं निवेदयति अग्रजा देवाय पुष्पं अर्पयति सैनिकः देशाय प्राणान् समर्पयति माता पुत्राय उपाहारं ददाति प्रकाशः देवदत्ताय पत्रं वितरति दानक्रिया यच्छति दानक्रिया
Yachati also you can say danakriya.
Yachati danakriya. And then yachati ane cheppala.
Ippudu here the example sentence is balika shishave pushpam dadati. Atra miru kriya padam kinda danakriya you have written. It has been written. So for yachati also you can say danakriya only, because yachati also means to give.
Danakriya నివేదన క్రియ.
కాదు కాదు, యు టెల్ ఆల్ ద వర్డ్స్. స్వామి సేవకాయ ధనం
స్వామి
యచ్చతి.
సేవకాయ ధనం యచ్చతి.
యచ్చతి. అత్ర క్రియా దానక్రియా. కర్త కిం?
కర్త స్వామి.
కర్మ కిం?
స్వామి సేవకాయ. ధనం.
ధనం. సంప్రదానకారకం కిం?
సంప్రదానకారకం దేవకాయ.
సేవకః. ప్రథమా విభక్తి వదతు.
సేవకః.
ఇప్పుడు ద్వితీయ వదతు.
క్రియ యచ్చన క్రియ అనొచ్చునా దీన్ని?
దానక్రియ అనండి యచ్చతికి, నివేదయతికి నివేదన క్రియ అనండి.
దానక్రియ సేవకః.
అది అయిపోయింది. సెకండ్ సెంటెన్స్ చెప్పండి.
పిత దేవాయ నైవేద్యం నివేదయతి. నివేదన క్రియ.
కర్త
క్రియ కర్త పిత.
కర్మ
కర్మ నైవేద్యం.
సంప్రదానకారకం?
సంప్రదానకారకం దేవాయ.
దేవః.
దేవః. దేవః.
అత్ర ప్రథమా విభక్తౌ ఏవ వక్తవ్యం. తృతీయం వాక్యం.
అగ్రజ దేవాయ పుష్పం అర్పయతి. అర్పణక్రియ. అర్పణక్రియ కర్త అగ్రజ. పుష్పం కర్మ. దేవాయ
సంప్రదానం దేవః.
దేవః.
చతుర్థం వాక్యం.
సైనికః దేశాయ ప్రాణాన్ సమర్పయతి. సమర్పణ క్రియ. కర్త సైనికః. ప్రాణాన్
కర్మ.
కర్మ ప్రాణం.
ప్రాణః అంటే ప్రథమా విభక్తి ఏకవచన రూపం ప్రాణః. అత్ర ద్వితీయా విభక్తౌ అస్తి ప్రాణాన్.
ప్రాణః.
సంప్రదానక
దేశాయ సంప్రదానకారకం.
దేశః.
దేశః. మాతా పుత్రాయ ఉపహారం దదాతి.
ఉపాహారం.
ఉపాహారం దదాతి. దానక్రియ అనొచ్చున్నది.
దానక్రియ.
దానక్రియ.
కర్తృపదం.
కర్తృపదం మాత.
కర్మపదం.
కర్మపదం ఉపహారం.
ఉపాహారః.
ఉపాహారః.
అంటే ప్రథమా విభక్తి రూపం, ద్వితీయా విభక్తి రూపం ఉపాహారం.
పుత్రః. పుత్రః సంప్రదానకారకం. ప్రకాశః దేవదత్తాయ పత్రం వితరతి. వితరణ క్రియ. ప్రకాశః కర్త. పత్రమే కదా.
కర్మపదం.
కర్మపదం. దేవదత్తః సంప్రదానకారకం.
అస్తు అస్తు భగిని. అనంతరం జయప్రద గారు చదువుతారా?
నమస్తే.
అపాదానకారకం.
ఏతాని వాక్యాన్ని పరిశీలయత. ఫలం వృక్షాత్ పతతి. సచివః విదేశాత్ ఆగచ్చతి. వినాయకः విద్యాలయాత్ గృహం యాతి. ఏతేషు ప్రథమ వాక్యే ఫలస్య వృక్షేణ వియోగः జాతः अस्ति. వృక్షः వియోగస్య అవధిభూతः अस्ति. ద్వితీయ వాక్యే సచివస్య విదేశేన చ వియోగः జాతः अस्ति. పూర్వం తు సంయోగः ఆసీత్. విదేశः వియోగస్య అవధిభూతः अस्ति. తృతీయ వాక్యే వినాయకస్య విద్యాలయేన వియోగः జాతः अस्ति. వియోగస్య అవధిభూతः अस्ति విద్యాలయः. అతః వృక్షः విదేశः విద్యాలయः చ అపాదానం ఇది ఉచ్యంతే. జానీత. वियोगे सति यत् अवधिभूतम् अस्ति तत् अपादानकारकम् ध्रुवमपाये अपादानं पाणिनिसूत्र 1.4.24 विभागाश्रयः अपादानसंज्ञः स्यात् इत्यर्थः अपादानकारकात् पंचमी विभक्तिः अपादाने पंचमी पाणिनिसूत्रः 2.3.28 अतः पूर्वोक्तेषु वाक्येषु वृक्षात् विदेशात् विद्यालयात् इति पंचमी विभक्तिः प्रयुक्ता अस्ति.
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఏకం నిమిషం.
Okay.
అత్ర we discussed apadanakarakam earlier, so let us see the sutra. Viyoge sati yat avadhibhutam asti tat apadanakarakam. Avadhibhutam means separation. There is a space between the two, that viyoga. Viyoge sati, when there is viyoga, when there is separation, yat avadhibhutam asti tat apadanakarakam. So which will be the how do you say, the adhara or the fixed point, more of a fixed point, not adhara, fixed point. Avadhibhutam yat asti tat apadanakarakam. Vrikshat phalam patati, atra viyogah asti, vrikshasya phalasya viyogam asti, kintu vrikshah avadhibhutam, ante that is the fixed point from which the fruit has fallen. So that the object which is fixed will get the apadana karakam. Okay, this is many times one of them is fixed. Sopanat balakah patati. So from the steps the boy has fallen. Here steps are fixed. The boy has fallen. So sopanat. So the sopana will get apadana. So but sometimes balakaha ashwat patati. So the boy has fallen off from the horse, and the horse also is moving. It is not fixed. So then which one will get apadanam? Between the two, who is more stable? That we have to look. Here between the horse and the boy, the horse is little bit more stable than the boy in a sense. So ashvaha will get the apadana karakam. That you have to keep in mind. Here dhruvam apaye apadanam. So dhruvam apaye apadanam. That is the pada vibhaga. So dhruvam means that which is a fixed point. Apaye, the one that is separated, from which the departure has or the separation has taken place. Okay, that will get the apadana karakam. And apadana karakat panchami vibhaktihi, apadane panchami, that is the sutram there. For a word which gets the status of apadana, the panchami vibhakti will be given. So here vrikshat, videshat, vidyalayat, that is the reason why they got panchami vibhakti. Chadavandi bhai.
Okay. एतानि वाक्यानि पठता. यथोहारणं कोष्टकं पूरयत. उदाहरण: बाला कूपात् जलं स्वीकरोति. सुधाकरः वृक्षात् फलं चिनोति. पिता वित्तकोषात् धनम् आनयति. अधिकारिणी वाहनात् अवतरति. लताभ्यः पुष्पाणि पतन्ति. अग्रजः कार्यालयात् आगच्छति. चोरः वित्तकोषात् धनम् अपहरति. क्रिया: स्वीकरणक्रिया. कूपस्य जलस्य च कूपः.
तयोः विभागः जातः between which the viyoga has happened. Koopasya jalasya. Apadanakarakam koopah. Now you tell for the first sentence. Sudhakarah
वृक्षात् फलं चिनोति. चिनोति అంటే చునోతి అంటే ప్రాతిఫలం ఏరుకోవటం అండి. చునోతి అంటే
హియర్ ఇక్కడ వాక్యం ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు? వృక్షాత్ ఫలం చినోతి. ప్లక్కింగ్,
కోసుకోవటం. చునోతికి వృక్షస్య ఫలస్య వస్తుందండి. చునోతికి ఏమొస్తుందండి టీచర్? చయన క్రియ. ఓకే, చయన క్రియ. వృక్షస్య ఫలస్య చ వృక్షః, కోపః వృక్షः. పిత విత్తకోతేషు ధనం ఆనయతి. ఆనయతి క్రియ అండి. ఆనయన క్రియ. ఆనయన క్రియ. విత్తకోశస్య ధనస్య. విత్తకోశస్య వస్తుందా?
విత్తకోశః ఇస్ ద అపాదాన.
విత్తకోశః అపాదాన. అవతరణ క్రియ. అవతరణ క్రియ అంటే అధికారస్య చ
అధికారిణి స్త్రీలింగే.
అధికారిణి వాహనాత్.
ఏకం నిమిషం. అక్కడ అధికారిణి ప్రథమా విభక్తి రూపం. అత్ర మనము షష్ఠీ విభక్తిలో పెట్టాలి కదా. కయోః విభాగః జాతః అధికారిణ్యాః వాహనస్య. అధికారిణ్యాః వాహనస్య వియోగః జాతః.
ఓకే.
అపాదానకారకం
వాహనమా?
వాహనం. వాహనాత్ అవతరతి ఖలు. సో వాహనం.
లతాభ్యః పుష్పాణి పతంతి. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ పతంతి పతన క్రియ. ఫలం పుష్పాణి. కోపస్య కార్యం వృక్షాత్.
Between which two the viyoga has happened. So లతాభ్యః. ఏకం నిమిషం. అది బహువచనంలో ఉంది కాబట్టి యు పుట్ దట్ ఇన్ షష్ఠీ విభక్తి. షష్ఠీ విభక్తి బహువచనం. లతా శబ్దస్య షష్ఠీ విభక్తి బహువచనం కిం? లతానాం పుష్పాణం. షష్ఠీ విభక్తి బహువచనం always you get that naam at the end. లతానాం పుష్పాణం.
ఇప్పుడు
అపాదానకారకం లతాః బహువచనే అస్తి ఖలు వాక్యే.
లతాః. అగ్రజ కార్యాలయాత్ ఆగచ్చతి. ఆగమన క్రియ అవుతుందండి. ఆగమన క్రియ. కార్యాలయస్య తర్వాత
అగ్రజస్య. కార్యాలయస్య అగ్రజస్య మధ్యే విభాగः अस्ति, వియోగः अस्ति. అపాదానకారకం
కార్యాలయः. తర్వాత చోరः విత్తకోశాత్ ధనం అపహరతి. అపహరణ క్రియ. విత్తకోశస్య ధనస్య. విత్తకోశస్య ధనస్య. విత్తకోశः.
అస్తు. ధన్యవాదः భగిని.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
అనంతరం అలివేలు భగిని అధికరణకారకం.
ఆం భగిని. అధికరణకారకం ఏతాని వాక్యాని పరిశీలయత. మురళీకృష్ణः ఆసందే ఉపవిశతి.
क्षमातं भगिनी. पूर्वपदं चोरः वित्तकोशात् धनम् अपहरति. अत्र धनम् is separated from वित्तकोशे koshat or dhanam, so separated from chorat?
No, from the Vitta Kosha. From the
Okay,
bank. Vitta Kosha is bank. So Dhanam has been taken away from the bank.
Oh, okay. Dhanyavad, Bhagini.
मुरलीकृष्णः आसन्दे उपविशति मालिनी दिल्लीनगरे निवसति नरसिंहाचार्यः शारदाविद्यालये पाठयति एतेषु प्रथमवाक्ये मुरलीकृष्णस्य उपवेशनक्रियायाः आधारः आसन्दः अस्ति द्वितीयवाक्ये मालिन्याः निवसनक्रियायाः आधारः दिल्लीनगरम् अस्ति तृतीये वाक्ये नरसिंहाचार्यस्य पाठनक्रियायाः आधारः विद्यालयः अस्ति अतः आसन्दः दिल्ली विद्यालयः च अधिकरणम् इति उच्यन्ते जानीत क्रियायाः आधारः अधिकरणम् पूर्वतनेषु त्रिषु अपि उदाहरणेषु कर्तृद्वारा अस्ति कर्मद्वारा अपि सः भवितुम् अर्हति यथा गिरिधरः पात्रे ओदनं पचति अत्र ओदनं कर्म पात्रं पाकक्रियायाः आधारः अस्ति एवं च कर्तृद्वारा कर्मद्वारा वा तन्निष्ठक्रियायाः आधारः अधिकरणसंज्ञः स्यात् इत्यर्थः आधारेधिकरणं पाणिनीसूत्रः 1445
आधारोधिकरणम् ओकारमस्ति
आधारोधिकरणं क्षम्यताम् अधिकरणकारकात् सप्तमी विभक्तिः सप्तम्यधिकरणे च पाणिनीसूत्रं 2336 अतः पूर्वतनेषु वाक्येषु आसन्दे दिल्लीनगरे शारदाविद्यालये इति सप्तमी विभक्तिः प्रयुक्ता अस्ति विशेषांशः अधिकरणकारकं कर्तुः वा कर्मणः आधारः भवति इति ज्ञातम्
एकं निमिषं भगिनि so here adhikaranam we have discussed earlier so that which provides the adhara for that kriya to happen kriya has to happen somewhere that adhara by which word we are indicating that will get the adhikarana karakam the paniniya sutra for that is adharodhikaranam so the adhara whichever provides the adhara for that kriya to happen that will get the adhikarana karakam and saptami adhikarane so the saptami vibhakti 1 second saptami vibhakti is given to the word which gets adhikarana karakam so yeah that's all go ahead Bhagini
एतानि वाक्यानि पठत यदोदाहरणं कोष्टकं पूरयत कृषीवलः ग्रामे वसति हंसः जले तरति शिशुः शय्यायां सेते मम पठने इच्छा अस्ति सः विद्यालये पाठं पठति सः शराबे जलं क्वथयति विठलः अमेरिकायां सेवां करोति क्रिया अधिकरणकारकं कस्य आधारः कर्तुः कर्मणः यथा वसनक्रिया ग्रामः कृषीवलस्य कर्तुः हंसः जले तरति तरणक्रिया जलं हंसस्य कर्तृः शिशुः शय्यायां सेते शयनक्रिया शय्या शिशोः कर्तृः
शिशोः आधारः शिशोः आधारः
मम पठने इच्छा अस्ति सत्ता क्रिया అంటే పఠన క్రియ కాదు కదా అస్తి క్రియ పఠనం అధికరణం ఇచ్చా కర్మణి
so here Sita Bhagini earlier you were asking we had the same question so pathane itself is adhikarana no the question we had was to which the mama should be connected right that was different our question was different yeah. Okay go ahead Bhagini so pathane ichha asti pathane adhikaranam and ichha will be the
పఠనానికి కర్మణి అవుతుందా పఠనస్య శబ్దస్య కర్మణః భవతి
ఇచ్ఛాయాः ఆధారः పఠనం ఇచ్ఛాయాः ఆధారः పఠనం అంతే కదా వేర్ ఇస్ దట్ ఇచ్ఛా where does I have my ichha in the patana kriya So patane ichha asti.
सः विद्यालये पाठं पठति पठनक्रिया विद्यालयः आधारं सः कर्तृपदं कर्तुः सः शरावे जलं क्वथयति क्वथयनक्रिया शरावः जलं कर्मणः विठलः अमेरिकायां सेवां करोति करणक्रिया अमेरिका विठलः कर्तृपदम्
Vithalasya will be the kartrupadam. Yeah. Punaha vadatu bhagini etat vakyam atra karanakriya.
कारणक्रिया अमेरिका अधिकरणकारकम् अमेरिकायां विठलः कर्तुकारकम्
I think here so here we can again take this in two ways. Sevam karoti. Seva is the karma karakam here. Seva kutra karoti, Amerikayam karoti. Okay, so it can also be taken as adhara for the karma padam.
Seva rasi karmanaha.
We can write like that also. We can also write as adharam for the kartru also. Vitalaha Amerikayam karoti. But I think it will suit better for the karma. Amerikayam sevam karoti.
Sevam karoti.
So if we take out the karma padam, if we simply say Vitalaha Amerikayam karoti, it doesn't make much sense.
Karoti.
Sevam karoti. Where did he do the seva? He did it in America. So I think America here will be the adhikarana for the karma padam will be much better.
Okay.
So instead of Vitalaha seva, we can write.
Okay.
Kasya adaraha, sevasya adaraha. Sevaya. Sevaya.
Adaraha America.
Brackets lo karmana.
Karmanaha. Okay. Adharaha trividaha. औपश्लेषिकः अभिव्यापकः वैषयिकः क्रमेण एतान् जानीमः
भगिनी that will continue in the next class.
Okay भगिनी
अस्तु धन्यवादः. Any questions? Anybody has any questions? Okay.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. धन्यवाद भगिनी. नमस्कारः सर्वेभ्यः. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः.
I have a question. Bhagini, I have a question.
Yes.
We finished the chapter 17. I think I missed it, right?
Yes.
And after this, there is only one chapter. I am not sure whether I will be available because I have to be in